What's going on, guys? Kent State 2. Tennessee 1 tonight. That was a tough one. Man, I'm gonna pull the stats up and look at it here because I was kind of looking over them here as I was waiting on everything to load up and wait on people to get in. These are some hard stats to look at, and you guys are probably already aware of them here as well. But what can you say on that one? And I'm gonna give a tip of the cap to Kent State on this one too, because the announcers talked about it at the end there. You got to give their coaching staff, their manager, all the credit on that when they pulled the right strings, the right things happened on that. Let me just turn this TV off. It's flashing in the background. But man, you got to think of it after second and third, runner on third. I mean, Antigua puts the ball in play. Kent State made the play, got Jay Abernathy at home, got him in the rundown. And then, what can you do on the one where can't remember who, maybe it was Antigua, was on third. And Blaine Brown hit a rocket right at the second baseman, made a play on it, threw it. What can you do on that one? Just hats off to them making the plays. And then, Tennessee's defense had been really good up to this point, 3 errors today as well. It was especially on a day when the bats were in rough shape today. I talked about it last night. I said I feel like this lineup is going to change a lot down the line, and there are numerous dudes right now that I don't know where you go on it. Of course, it didn't help. Apparently, Reese Chapman was out sick tonight, and right now we need Reese Chapman's bat in the lineup. He's been one of, if not the most consistent hitter so far. But let's get into this thing, man. Obviously, I don't know. I think there's 2 big stories to this one. The offense and just doing nothing. How good was the pitching, though? How good was Landon Mack and Brandon Arvinson? Man, they were both excellent tonight. But look at the box score. Kent State 2 runs, 6 hits. They left 7 on base. Tennessee 1 run, 5 hits, 3 errors, 9 left on base. I want to share this up. I want to look at this box score comparison. I'll hit your comments tonight. Hang on just a second. Let me share it up here. I just want you guys to see this. And again, you're aware of it if you watch the game, but pretty rough to see. Here we go. Look at these numbers. Getting down to here. 2 out RBIs, neither. Left on base, 7 and 9. Overall hitting on the night. Kent State 182, Tennessee 156 with 2 outs. Kent State 167, Tennessee 0 for 9. Runners on. Kent State 2 out of 14, Tennessee 0 out of 15. Runners in scoring position. Kent State 2 out of 11, Tennessee 0 for 11 on the night. And here is the difference in the ball game. Runners on third, less than 2 outs. Kent State 2 for 2. Tennessee 0 for 3 on that tonight. And you got to give credit to their left-handed pitcher as well. Gaitis, he was really good. Tennessee was 1 out of 10 against him. Just a rough night, man. Looking at it, and let's look at this box score here. Ford 1 for 5. Who would have thought Ford leads the game off? Home run on it. We're out of the gates. Blaine Brown, I can't remember what. I actually missed his at bat. I was watching into the basketball game, so I missed. I turned it on with Levi Clark, I guess, had gotten a single. Myatt was on, hit by pitch. He was hit by 2 pitches. And then Stone Lawless had a good night overall, but with runners on second and third and 1 out, you've got to put the ball in play. Strike out, and then Manny Marion flew out. I mean, Manny at least put it in play right there. That's a killer. It drives me insane on it when you've got runners on second and third, less than 2 outs, and you can't put the ball in play. That's just a killer, and that's one of those you look at that early. Yeah, it's early in the game, but you hope it doesn't come back, and it most certainly did on that inability to get those in on it. But Ford 1 for 5, had the lone RBI with the leadoff home run. Brown 0 for 4. He's had a rough weekend so far. Clark 1 for 4 on it, and Clark's not swinging well. I know he had the one hit, but I don't think he's close right now. Myatt was 0 for 2. He did reach twice on hit by pitch. Finley Bates pinch ran for him. I'm curious to see Finley Bates doesn't get some run here soon. I think it's getting almost time. Lawless, I kind of thought somebody else might catch tomorrow, but the way he's hitting, I mean, I don't know if you can afford to take him out of the lineup or not. He was 2 for 3, and he was hit by a pitch. Lady had the one strikeout, and to me it was a big one because it did not advance either of the runners on second and third, and Kent State was not even playing in at that point, if I'm not mistaken. So you put the ball in play, the odds are you get a run in. That's a whole different ball game with it. Manny Marin 0 for 4, rough night for him. 2 Ks. He had one error. That was, I don't know, man. That was a tough play to give him an error on because he made the play in the hole. Clark, I thought it was a bad stretch on Clark's part. He was way too early. Cody Hahn called it on the telecast with it. But rough night to plate for Manny Marin. Abernathy 1 for 3. He had a strikeout there. Chris Newstrom 0 for 4 on the night again. 143 average there. Antigua 0 for 2. He was hit by a pitch once. I mean, you look at these averages, and I've said Clark 192, Marin 143, Newstrom 143, Antigua 167. That's not going to get it done right there. It's just not. And we're 6 games in. Yeah, I'm not saying it's time yet for changes, but I would like to see some other guys mixed in maybe a little bit as well. Maybe, Grinlinger come in. He hit a hard shot just right at the shortstop on it. I talked about Blaine Brown. I think he's 0 for the weekend. Man, he hit a couple hard shots tonight, just right at him, playing that shift on him. Rough night with the lineup. And then the pitching, I mean, Mack was excellent, 6 2/3, 4 hits, 2 runs, only 1 earned, 3 walks, 11 strikeouts. And he gets at the end. I mean, he struck out 2. He wanted to stay in. He was fired up, but pulled him right at about 90 pitches. That seemed to be their limit for the weekend. Arvidsson come in, was really good, 2 1/3, 2 hits, 5 strikeouts. Did give up the double out of the gate to Solitaria, who's a heck of a player, but he settled in after that one. 34 pitches, 22 strikes. That's a pretty good amount there. But, we knew coming in this weekend, this is a good team coming in Kent State. This team's just not hitting it, man. It's not hitting it, and the errors were pretty tough too. Let me hit the comments here. David Fisher, new member of the channel last night. What's up, man? Said, rough one today. Yeah, totally agree on that one. No doubt about that. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up on here. If you have not subbed to the channel, I'm going to plug that in just a moment before I get more into this, but hit that subscribe button here. Plan is to go live tomorrow. There was something I wanted to look at in regard to that because I do definitely, I'll kind of look here in just a minute. So we'll see if how it goes. 1 o'clock tomorrow from what we know. I noticed this a lot too. A lot of home run swings tonight. Just sometimes just not putting it in play on it. It's definitely the uppercuts, some rough swings. Yeah, I'm not surprised. I mean, it's not surprising Kent State got one this weekend. I mean, I expect Tennessee to sweep the series, don't get me wrong. But, yeah, this is a good team coming in. It'll be a battle tomorrow. But, I mean, you look at the top 4 tonight, looking at it. Your top 4 were 2 for 15. Ford had a hit, Clark had a hit, and then Myatt was on twice with hit by pitch. Lawless in the middle, 2 out of 3. He was the only multi-hit guy tonight. Bottom of the order, Marin, Abernathy, Newstrom, Antigua. Looking at them, they were 1 for 13. Jay Abernathy had a double. Jay Abernathy had a walk. Antigua was hit by a pitch. And if you want to throw Grindlinger in, I mean, he was 0 for 1. That's just not going to get the job done. And again, outside of Abernathy, I don't know where you go with it. I think there will be some change once you get Garrett Wright healthy. I think once Blake Grimmer's healthy, at what point does maybe one of these freshmen get some run as well? I'm kind of curious. It wouldn't surprise me tomorrow to possibly see Grindlinger catch and Stone Wallace DH. I think Stone needs to be in the lineup. I would just put Blaine Brown in left field. It'd be interesting to see if Reese Chapman is good to go tomorrow. Abernathy, I feel like he's a staple in the lineup. I feel like Myatt needs to be in at this point. I'm not going to lie. I would not have, and some of you disagreed with me last night. You were saying this is some crazy takes on it. I would not have a problem if they go Finley Bates at shortstop tomorrow. You can agree with me. You can disagree with me all you want to on it. But that's where I'm at, and I'm not changing my opinion on that. It's based on what I've seen so far. I think we need more offense there. And, maybe Manny and Ariel get it going, and I hope they do. I really do. They're both good players. They're both excellent in the field. But how long, based on what little we've saw out of Finley Bates, he swings a good bat. And, he came in with good numbers from San Diego State. I just don't know how long you can go without giving him an opportunity. You might take a hit defensively there, but at this point, what we've seen, and I'm not trying to overreact too early, they just need a boost. They need a jolt. They really do. Maybe one of these guys who the averages aren't there yet, will get it going. It's very possible. I mean, because you look last weekend, Abernathy was under 200. He's had a good week so far. I feel like he's entrenched himself in the lineup, and he's playing really good center field too. He saved a run tonight, at least one, and he's tracking balls down big time. That speed is hard to replace out there for sure on it. Yeah, man, Kent State's I talked about it in my preview the other night. They're a solid team. They are a very solid team coming in. There's no doubt about it. I mean, they scored 7 on LSU. I know it's LSU's midweek guy, but still yet. LSU and Tennessee is going to be the same. They're still going to have talent thrown, whether it's midweek or weekend on it. I'm going to hit down the line. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people's mentioned the same dudes here. I wouldn't have a problem with seeing some other – I wouldn't have a problem, again, seeing Bates get a chance. I wouldn't have a problem seeing some of these freshmen get a chance. Again, tomorrow, I would kind of – I don't know that Lawless will catch tomorrow. Maybe he does on it, but he's got to be at least the DH, I think, the way he's hitting. I don't think you can take him out of the lineup. And it wouldn't bother me to see Grindlinger get some run behind the plate tomorrow as well. I mean, they talked about he was a top 30 player coming out this year, big-time player coming in that they've gotten. Again, it'd be interesting to see if Chapman's good to go tomorrow. I could see a couple changes happening with it. I think Myatt, I think he has to be in the lineup. I really do. Yeah, he was 0 for 2, but he got hit. He was on base twice tonight as well. Let's see where we're at here. I'll be honest, I don't have a problem with it yet. And I get it. He's trying to let some guys get in a groove. I understand both sides of it. I really do. But after today, I wouldn't have a problem with some adjustments tomorrow, with seeing some other guys get an opportunity tomorrow. 143 is 143. It is what it is over 6 games. And, and some of it too, guys are, if a dude's hitting, like Blaine Brown was 0 for 4 today, but he hit some really hard balls today. They made plays on it. Those will eventually fall. Some of these other dudes, though, they're either striking out or flying out. And that's, I mean, if you're hitting line drive, again, Grindlinger and his bat, he hits a hard shot to short. It's right at the dude, but that's a little left or a little right, that's a base hit for him. Those kinds of things will work themselves out. Pop-ups and strikeouts are not, though. They're just not. Yeah, the pitcher, Mack and Arvidsson were both really good tonight. Mack's got that fire in him, man. He definitely gets with it. We're in really good hands on our rotation. We really are. And yeah, I think Blanco will come out and do a good job tomorrow. I think it's a good situation for him too. You've got that dude, a veteran dude who's pitched in almost any scenario with it. He was Virginia's main guy when they went to the College World Series a couple years ago. He's pitched there. He's pitched in big-time games along the way. Having him in a rubber match this early in the season, I think, is a good situation and thing for him. And I think you should have almost everybody available tomorrow. Arvidsson probably not, since he threw 34 today. I don't know what his pitch limit was, but based on, they've kind of brought him along slowly, I would be really shocked if they bring him back-to-back days. I mean, I guess you never say never, but I wonder if Krenzel will be available. He threw a good bit of pitches last night. Other than that, you should have a pretty full arsenal ready. Rudy will be ready. Frederick will be ready. Hendy can come back. Appenzeller can come in if needed. Nick Abraham, Biotto, all these guys, they should be good for that tomorrow. And I would think Blanco will be on the same pitch limit as Coons and Mack. It seems like they're going for 90 this weekend. I would think he'll be on the same on that as well. But, yeah, we're going to talk about this here in a few minutes. Absolutely. How about that win over Vandy today by basketball? Yeah, we'll definitely what are we looking at? 7:15 now, about 18 minutes in. We will most definitely talk some Tennessee basketball. It's been a minute since we have, but that's why I didn't make a video. I was watching the game. I was like, we'll just talk it on the air tonight. But, yeah, excellent win. It's really surprised me that our offense has struggled against Kent State that much this weekend. I'll be honest about that. I totally agree on this one. I didn't really know what to look at on their pitching, but I know they talked about last year their ERA was a bit high. Obviously, that was last year, not this year. The dude who started today for Kent State, what was his name? Easton Toomas. He's a Texas transfer, so obviously a dude with some talent who's come over from Texas. 4 1/3 for him, 4 hits, gave up the 1 run, but I mean, he had 2 wild pitches. But and then Gaitis, who came in, the lefty, he was excellent. I thought 3 innings for him, only 1 hit, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. He did a really good job. And then they said the last dude, if I'm not mistaken, is a freshman. He did a good job as well, 1 2/3. No hits, no runs. No walks, nothing. Come in, got the job done. 19 pitches, 12 strikes. Hard to ask for much more than that. And again, their defense, man, they played solid defense. It's one of those teams. It's a veteran team. They're a different brand of team than Tennessee. Tennessee's a young team. Kent State's a veteran team here. They played like it too. Yeah, Mason Guest, member of the channel. Thanks, man. Really appreciate you. Everybody freaking out. Yeah, I'm sure people are already wanting to fire Elander and stuff. It's the offense will get going. The offense will get going. Bottom of the lineup does need to step it up. Let's make no mistake about it. They've got the talent to do it. I have no doubt that they do. And it's also 6 games in. I'll be curious to see, does Elander go with the same lineup tomorrow, or does he make some changes on it? Does he wait till possibly midweek to make changes? I'm interested to see how that's going to go. I think you've got to do something tomorrow on it. Again, these dudes, everybody, they're talented. They do have talent. But again, we've kind of seen over the course of these guys' careers, what's their consistency going to be like in SEC play? I would throw Levi Clark in there as well because he struggled last year. He came on later in the season, but he's off to a slow start right now also. So, you hit a little adversity in February is not a bad thing. Totally agree with this one. You don't win championships in February, so Yeah, we'll be all right. We'll be all right. I've kind of thought that this lineup that they've gone to start the season may not be the lineup down the line. Again, I'm curious to see how Garrett Wright will fit once he's healthy, because he can catch or play outfield on it. With how Stone Lawless is hitting, maybe you play him in the outfield. I don't know on that. I mean, because you're not benching Chapman, you're not benching Abernathy. Blaine Brown's got to be in the lineup. So you're either DHing Blaine Brown and putting Garrett Wright in left, or Garrett Wright's DHing Blaine Brown's in left, I think. But then when Grimmer's healthy, where does Grimmer play? Where does Myatt play? I don't know how you work them all in, to be honest with you. Not with Stone Lawless hitting, you can't pull him out. You just can't on that. But yeah, we'll be all right on the errors hurt tonight, for sure. With it. Yeah, man, that's a tough one for Mac to take tonight. But you look at it last year, Paul Skeens won the Cy Young Award 10-10, and you see his numbers on it. The wins and losses sometimes they're a little overrated, because what more could Mac really do tonight? Yeah, he definitely didn't deserve it. Oh, God, I don't know if this is serious or not. Hopefully this is not, but let's see. Chapman will be back in whenever he's healthy. Grimmer, Wright. The biggest thing will be, how do you fit everybody in? Really do. So let's see what else we got here. I mean, everybody mentions Ariel needing to set. He's not the only one. I mean, if you want to go that route on it, I think there's four guys right now that need to step it up. And y'all mentioned who it is basically. If you're hitting under 200 right now, you need to step it up. That's the bottom line. Let's see what we got. Yeah, I would agree with this. I mean, especially tonight, your defense let you down too, and you weren't scoring runs. So, at that point, I'm going offense. I totally agree on that one. Ford had been good, I really thought. He had a rough night at third tonight. I think he's been good up till tonight. The defense has been good up to tonight. Tonight just wasn't the night. I'll tell you, Tennessee has not done bad holding Kent State on the steals, though. You can tell there's a big difference in that. Let's say they had 3 steals tonight, and one of them from Solitary. I mean, Arvidsson never even looked him back at second. He could have stolen it standing up. I'm trying to think. I'm thinking Arvidsson gave up a couple of the steals, if I'm not mistaken. On that, I'm trying to think of the third one, because I know Lawless threw the one high. No, I remember the one. It was a delayed steal early in the game that caught him off guard. That is right. So I didn't think they did too bad in the run game tonight. Again, one of them, Arvidsson never looked Solitaria back. He stole it easily. The delayed steal was perfect. I mean, they played that one perfect on it. And then I'm thinking it was off Arvidsson, the other one, because Lawless threw it high. And it seems like maybe the dude got a good jump, or maybe he stole a curveball. I can't remember which it was. But based on, this team and how many bases they steal, I think Tennessee's done a good job so far this weekend on that. Last year, this team would have run at will on Tennessee. I don't think there's any doubts about that. Yeah, not sure if you were in here yet, Chad. I pulled the stats up. I'm behind on the comments too by a bit, so maybe you were commenting on that. But Yeah, it was rough tonight, guys. It was some rough looking stats on it, no doubt about that. Yeah, we can take the positive with the pitching tonight. There's no doubt about that. You hate to lose, especially a non-conference game, but I'm really encouraged with the pitching so far, and that's a good hitting team that they have held to not much. And Coons gave up one hit last night. Didn't have his best. He was still good. He was still really good last night. Mack was really good tonight. Arvidsson was really good. Let's face it, Tennessee was in a respect of, I don't know if I would say fortunate to win last night, but I mean, it took heroics. And I would say as big of a hero as Tyler Myatt was, Brady Frederick was big last night too, when he come in and got those outs with the bases loaded and kept that a tie ball game. That was huge. That was huge on it. Yeah, I don't think you'll see everybody sitting around short sleeves tomorrow. There's no doubt about that one. I'm kind of wondering on this one when Abernathy could possibly go to lead off. Everybody's talked about it as a possibility. I do like Ford leading off. I like Brown second, but at the same time, I mean, Abernathy's hitting, and he's down 7th in the order. Move him up. Maybe I think Clark's got to go down. I really do. I wouldn't have a problem with them moving Abernathy up to lead off, Ford second, Brown third with it, and putting Clark down 7th. Clark's not getting the job done up there. That's just the bottom line right there. And again, you guys can agree or disagree with me on it. I do this. I have my opinion on it. Again, some didn't like that I mentioned possibly setting Marin last night. I didn't really have. I think more last night I mentioned that Marin, he struck out the bases loaded. He had a decent night last night, so I'm not going there. But just the bottom lineup bats tonight, just not a whole lot at all on that. Oh yeah, for sure. Good point right here. Not the only team where the offense isn't clicking. Yeah, it'll get going. It'll get going. I have no doubt that it will. Grimmer at first is a possibility. Again, I don't. He's got to be somewhere. I don't know what you do with Clark in that point. I'm still a believer in leaving Clark. I think Clark will get it going. But obviously he had a hit today. That's a positive there as well. Elander's going to be a different personality than Tony. I mean, that's something we got to prepare for there. Tony's going to be a lot more fiery than Elander. That's just Elander's personality with it. How will that – I know this team will run through a brick wall for Elander. I think it'll pay off. And, again, I think that laid-back personality – there might be times where Tony could fire him up. Elander may not with that, but Elander will be fine. He's got to find his own niche kind of there as well. But we'll see. We're right at the 30-minute mark. Not sure what else we can talk about on baseball tonight. Tough one tonight, 2-1. Again, you got to give Kent State some credit. They made it kind of become a small ball game, and they definitely out small balled Tennessee, and they made some plays in the field that were big. That again, I think of the one Blaine Brown hit that seed to second, and he snapped it off and looked the runner back and got him out. It was just a heck of a play on it. It was right at him. If it would have been left or right of it, I would have been curious to see if he could have made that play. I definitely think if it would have been to his backside, he wouldn't have made it. But it was right at him. He made the play on it, and it was a very hard hit ball moved in. Mack was excellent. Arvidsson was excellent tonight. Very definitely very encouraged with the pitching. We just got to get these bats going. We got to get them going. I think they will get going at some point, but I don't know if it will be with the lineup we saw tonight with it. I think there's a few guys that I keep saying it. If they're not going to hit, then there's others that will. And I said one of my bold predictions in the preseason is one of those true freshmen is going to work their way into the lineup whether it's Eisfelder or Tracy. I really think they will at some point. When one, and maybe even Grenlinger, maybe they find a way with him in there as well. You might take a step back defensively, but it is what it is. Elander's 6 games in. He'll make some mistakes as a first-time head coach. Heck, veteran head coaches make mistakes on it. He'll be fine. He's going to be fine here along the way. I have full confidence that he will. He's been ready for this. And, there'll be a little bit of adjustment. There'll be some things along the way. He's got a good staff over with him. Elander's going to be fine here as well. And again, just got to get the bats going. This would have probably been your lineup, whether it was Elander or Tony Vitello in there. And we know Tony would stick with guys too. So it's really nothing any different that Elander's doing, in my opinion, on that one. But see, 1 o'clock tomorrow against Kent State, rubber match. I want to look back. Let me look. I'm trying to see. Okay, so 1 o'clock tomorrow. Weather could be rough. I'll be curious. I'm honestly kind of surprised they didn't just go ahead and make it a doubleheader today. But that's kind of where we're at on it. Let's talk a little basketball here for a few minutes. How about them Vols today going down to Vanderbilt? And how about some of those shots that they hit at the end of the game, man? Boswell hit a couple big shots there. Jacoby Gillespie hit a big 3 when they were down 3, tied it up. And then, of course, Nate Ament, that turnaround where he got mugged on the play. Vanderbilt's coach said something about, well, might have been some shuffling there. Yeah, it's because he was getting mugged. I mean, it is what it is on that one. But, yeah, big time. Rick Barnes talked about seeing a little bit of the locker room. He talked about the second line of guys coming in, doing their job. You look at the plus minus when I pulled that up, like Amari Evans, when he was on the court, they were plus 8. Gillespie, they were plus 11. Ament plus 4. The rest of the guys were either at 0 or -1. So that's really not too bad on it as well. I mean, on your day, you had Ament 13, Carey 7, Akpara 8, Gillespie 17, Boswell 9, Brown 8, Evans 5. Evans with the biggest one that put it away at the end. Ethan Berg 2 points there as well. It's kind of interesting to me to see Ethan Berg's minutes pick back up, how he was basically not playing, and then all of a sudden he's back in the lineup and he's made a contribution there as well. But excellent job by this team. They've bounced back. They're playing good. I know this team and Rick Barnes would like to have those 2 Kentucky games back. I know they would on it, but they're playing well. They're doing a good job right now. They go to Missouri. I think it's Tuesday night. That's a very winnable game. I mean, looking at the schedule the rest of the way for this team, let me pull it up here. We're getting down to the nitty gritty here. Is there 2 weeks? A little over 2 weeks left. Let me get down to it here. We've got Missouri, freaking 9 o'clock on Tuesday. I hate midweek 9 o'clock games. Alabama next Saturday at 6. South Carolina the following Tuesday at 6. Vanderbilt 2 weeks from today, 2 p.m. That is it. There's 2 weeks left in the regular season. SEC tournament then, and then it is March Madness time as well. This team's got a legit chance, in my opinion, to run the table and go 4-0 over these next 4. They really do. And I think that would put them as a top 4 seed. Depending on the matchup they would get, we'll see. I would like to see a best case where they get to a 3 seed, to be honest, because Michigan's look good. I did have the Michigan Duke game on. I'm not sure who's up on that. I can actually see real quick. 35-33 Duke at the half. Of course, we played Duke in the preseason on that one. It seemed like Duke was a tough matchup. Now, that's a lot of things change. There's Arizona. I mean, it's looked really good so far. So, a lot of it is going to depend on matchups with it. Houston, of course, was number 2. Tennessee's beating them. Arizona beat them today. You got to think UConn would be up there. There's Purdue, Iowa State, Kansas. We know this. If Tennessee comes to play, they can play with anybody. We've seen that. I mean, they beat Houston. They should have beaten Kansas with it. So, I mean, it's just, Illinois is one that I think Illinois handled Tennessee pretty well. And now I can't sit here and say they should have won that game. They should have beaten Kansas. Though there's no doubt about that one. Never should have lost to Syracuse on the road. You could look at Tennessee's record and stuff on the season, and there's definitely a few they would like to have back, I think. But again, like people said, when I was kind of down on them a little bit, the season's not won in January. March is when it matters, and they're seeming to hit their stride now. It was really a collective effort today. I know Gillespie 17, Ament 13, but just numerous dudes stepped up today. I mean, again, you had Carey 7, Akpar 8, Boswell 9, Brown 8, Evans 5. I mean, that's a solid across the board there. It really is. And, too, you look at Tennessee, the second half, 50% field goal, 3 of 5 from 3-point, 11 out of 15 from the free throw line. For the game, 71% free throws. With this team, you almost take that. 33% on threes for the game. They held Vandy to 41.5 field goals. Vandy was 39% on threes, free throws 67. We said and go on about Tennessee and their free throw shooting. How many games, though, do we see it where Tennessee actually has a higher percentage than the opponent does? Free throw shooting is just not that good anymore. It just is what it is. But proud of this team, proud of them for the way they've come back, proud of them winning in what I felt like was a hostile environment today. And again, guys stepped up at the end of that game. That was really good to see on. Hopefully some of that step up will translate to the baseball team tomorrow, and the baseball team can close that one out. Once again, hit the like, hit the share, hit the subscribe. Links are in the description. Channel memberships, channel Patreons, as little as $1 a month. You can go to help the channel. It is greatly appreciated. Appreciate the guys who joined last night. Had 3 members, had a super chat. I can't stress enough how greatly I appreciate those. And hopefully I can get it set up next Friday. Vols, UCLA down in Arlington. We're going to do a watch party. We're going to try that out. And I'm going to try to get the links out to the members, the Patreons. Welcome to come on. We'll talk some baseball and have a good time there. But you guys have a great rest of your Saturday evening. I'll see you tomorrow after the Tennessee Kent State Game 3. But this is Frank. This is the House of Orange, and I'll see you when I see you.